Hey everyone, David Markland with Midsummer Scream here. Tonight we have a very special presentation for you, all about the first drive-thru haunted attraction in Southern California that's coming to us, called Urban Legends of Southern California. We have the creators on. We're going to be grilling them about what they're planning to do, and it sounds pretty awesome from what I've heard so far. First, to get you guys excited, we're going to run the teaser trailer that they put together for this, and we'll be back in 1 second.
This Halloween season, dare to be scared in a whole new way. Three shows, drive-thru immersive sets, terrifying live performances, original special effects, all while trapped in the seat of your own car. See your favorite and scariest urban legends of Southern California come to life to scare you to death. Your Halloween is saved. Buckle up.
All right. So we have tonight with us the team from Stardust Entertainment Group to tell us all about how they're putting this together. Some of these people you may recognize from producing previous haunts and attractions in Southern California. First up, we have Mark Entner, executive producer. Hey, Mark.
Hello. Thank you.
Then we have JJ James, creative producer, and Ben James, creative producer. How's it going, guys?
Hi.
And we have Attilio Jamerson, the entertainment director. How you doing, Attilio?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good. And then hosting tonight's talk, you don't have to see me for the rest of this talk, but I'm going to be watching eagerly. Hosting tonight is Midsummer Scream's creative director, Rick West. Hey, Rick.
Hey, everybody. Good evening, and thanks for tuning in. Hey, guys, how are you?
Great.
Fantastic.
Great. Awesome.
Good, good. We're glad to see all you guys here. So for all the kids tuning in, I'm sure everybody's very excited to get right down to it, and we're going to do that. Now, obviously, COVID is still a problem here in Southern California, as it is around the globe. The difference is it's really decimating our Halloween season here in SoCal. So it's great and a breath of fresh air to have a major Halloween attraction announced for this coming season. So while everybody's canceling and really altering their plans, you guys have come out of nowhere and have really stepped up and kind of come out of left field with a large scale attraction that's going to be right there in Southern California in Orange County. So let's get to it. Mark, let's bring up Mark and talk to my friend Mark. I go back some ways with Mark, and there he is. It's like the Brady Bunch. I'm looking for which square he's in. Mark, welcome. Go ahead and tell the folks at home your background. You've been doing attractions and events here in Southern California for a while, so go ahead and have at it.
Absolutely. But before I go into that, first and foremost, just want to thank everybody, Rick, David, the whole Midsummer Scream team for hosting us tonight. We really appreciate it. And then the whole haunt community, my gosh, the support and the love that the community has showed just in the last week that we announced has been amazing. So, we really appreciate it, and we love you guys too. And so a little bit about my background. I've been producing or I've been in this industry for about 30 years. And I started when I was about 10 years old. My first part of my career was about 20 years at the OC Fair and Event Center. Did everything there, from pick up trash to park cars to part of the team that produces the annual OC Fair that takes place every year and attracts more than 1 million people, to part of the team that also facilitates all the events that take place outside of the OC Fair. So it's the 150, 200 events that take place there, facilitating all that. And so about 10 years ago, left the OC Fair and Event Center, and all that rich experience of basically the fair industry and all those wonderful relationships developed. Started my own production company, and that led us into doing two things. One is helping others produce their events. And a good example of that would be for about 5 years, we were hired by the Queen Mary to come in and produce Dark Harbor and Chill. And wonderful experience, tremendous, tremendous people that we had the opportunity to work with. And then after that, about five years ago, we left there and we started our own event called Winterfest OC, which has been going really strong for the last 5 years at the OC Fair and Event Center. Big winter wonderland. We produce 18 days, 140,000 people annually. And so with all that, after 30 years, you're like, gosh, you think you've seen it all. And then what happens? 2020. We're all shocked. 2020 just rocked our world.
Yeah.
Starting in March with a global pandemic, and essentially the world stopped, and we all had to figure out, what are we going to do? How do we get through this? And it's been crushing, for so many different ways, but in particular, our industry, the events and live entertainment industry. It's hard to think about even any events that still exist that haven't been canceled or postponed. And so over the last 6 months, like many companies in our industry, we're just trying to survive, trying to figure out what can we do differently,
Sure.
Reinvent ourselves. And that's when, about a month or so ago, actually probably longer than that, about 2 months ago, we said, okay, Halloween's coming up. We can't let Halloween go and be another thing or another whole season that is canceled. And so we're like, we got to figure this out. How do we do things differently? So one, they could be safe. Two, we could still provide an immersive experience. And three, we could just make sure that we're having fun. Everybody coming to the event is having fun. And so that's essentially what we did is, we brought our team together, and then, built on the team with some others that, you'll meet here in a moment. And we're just so excited that, we're able to have this opportunity to really produce something that, is going to be safe and very different. But you know what? We're resilient. That's what our industry is all about. So, we're just excited to have this opportunity.
Sure. That's awesome, man. Well, let's bring in a few other players. We're going to bring in JJ and Ben. There we go. There we are. Oh, get close. There we go. I like that. It's a show about love. It's fantastic. And I'm sure that there's a lot of love with two creative directors living under one roof. That always works out so well in this industry.
During
it's
COVID,
very exciting.
You toddlers.
Oh my God. Well, hi guys. So JJ, let's start with you. I go way back with JJ. JJ, go ahead and tell the kids at home your history and kind of what you've been doing over the years, and bring us up to speed with Urban Legends.
Oh, sure. So my introduction to the haunt industry and to the haunt world was with the Queen Mary's Dark Harbor and Mark Ettner. And I started with the team back in 2011, and I think that was the second year for Dark Harbor. We revamped the event, and we created new characters, and from that is history. We left, and then I met Ben, and we got married in 2016. And we quickly found out we were having our first kid. And we moved back to Kansas City to start our family there. And I spent a couple years there teaching at a college there and teaching design for stage. And then we had an opportunity that brought us back here to California. And then COVID-19 hit like the day we landed. What was it? 2 hours after? Yep. 2 hours after the truck unloaded.
Oh boy, yeah.
The announcement. So
we were really excited. Yeah. We had landed a contract and an opportunity that, our life had changed. And we were like, yes, we're coming home to California. And it was just,
oh my God. Yeah. Welcome home. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And Ben's here. So now Ben and I go back about 2 weeks. So Ben, go ahead and tell the folks at home your history with doing these types of things and how you have come to present day with Urban Legends.
So my background was actually more in media production and marketing. And when I met JJ, I started realizing how those talents could kind of cross over. And we both started daydreaming up opportunities that we would be able to collaborate on. And it was fascinating. When we moved to Kansas City, we had an opportunity to develop a jazz festival concept that was really fun and unique. And when this opportunity came back to move back to California, we both saw this as the moment for us to work together and, bring our skills of marketing and branding and design and immersive experience together. And it's been fun. It's fun. We learn from each other constantly about different realms of this business and this industry. And it's really helped expand our scope and be able to help it more.
Yeah, it's really stretched where we can take our imagination.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you both here. Now sit tight, don't go anywhere. I just want to bring up the next member of the group. That way we can all have this big group discussion because it's very exciting and we're going to get into the guts of this thing and really talk about it. Attilio, come on in. Now I go back with Attilio about 3 hours. So, dude, it's getting very, very shallow here, folks. So, tell us about your history. I don't know about your history. So educate me and the folks at home. What's your background and what brings you to this event?
All right. Well, Rick, thank you so much. First of all, I want to say how exciting it is to be a part of this event. As a former scare actor, I hear about this event all the time, and to be a part of it and also be featured in it is incredible to me. It's like a full circle moment. So thank you, first of all, for having me. My name is Attilio Jamerson, and I have been in the live entertainment industry for over 10 years as an all-around performer, a choreographer, and creative director. And I've worked for Universal. I've worked for D23. I've done produced shows for Choreographer Carnivals LA. I work with Harley Davidson. I've worked with a lot of different companies and things like that, but my heart is all in performing. I have a musical theater background, and it's really a dream come true to be able to create something brand new. So I did Winterfest last year as a creative director and choreographer, and it was a blast. I loved working with this team, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it again while we try to save Halloween.
Awesome. That's really exciting. And now that the whole gang is here, let's David, if we can't. David's the man behind the controls. If you could bring everybody in, that would be good. I want to see everybody's smiling faces here. Awesome. So first of all, you come bearing gifts tonight. Mark, what do you have to give some lucky viewer tonight at home?
Absolutely. So we invite everybody to go to our Instagram, Urban Legends Haunt, and we're going to be giving away a package of a VIP pack of a ticket for a vehicle to be able to come to the event on us. And all you got to do is go to our Instagram page and just comment who would be in your car for that VIP ticket. And we'll be announcing tomorrow at the end of the day a lucky winner. So.
That sounds very exciting. We love giveaways. So, and I know that our viewers love that too. So that's very Midsummer Scream-like. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for that.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get to it. The main event, Urban Legends of Southern California. Why don't you guys tell me how the idea came about and how you decided that you were going to do a drive-through haunted attraction.
So it was really interesting because, putting all these limitations, COVID limitations in front of us, at first felt, there was a deep panic. And we kind of joined the rest of the industry where we felt shut down and, we were just going to all disappear into the vapor of, Halloween sadness. And, when I finally realized, I looked at JJ, I said, we have to realize that we're on, we're almost on like a reality show, and we have to pretend these are our design parameters. And, we really took that to heart, and it guided us. It really guided us. And it led us to a point where we realized that this haunt has to be something where we get inside of people's heads. Right?
Fantastic. Yeah.
And
that sounds really good. Yeah.
JJ.
One of it's so fascinating with everything going on. Like, why in the world would anybody want to be scared out of their pants right now? The world is so scary. So why in the world would we want to be scared? And it's interesting because especially during these times, some of the research shows that if you have control and it's your choice to go and get scared, it can actually be really beneficial and give you a boost of confidence, feel like you faced your challenges and your fears. So there's something to be said when you're making the choice to go to some place to be scared and facing that challenge. During this time, especially, gives you some control over that.
All right. So what made you land on the urban legends theme?
As we started exploring concepts, the Queen Mary really taught us a lot. And the fact that when you engage local folklore, it provides an equity within your event that everybody loves to come and enjoy and see those stories come to life. And so we tried to lean hard on that again and really provide that opportunity for Southern California people to come and see the stories that they've been sharing and.
And these are stories that are surrounding them. And in these times, we can't travel to go to these exciting destinations, and really looking at the roots and the history of our own location and diving into that kind of gives us an appreciation for where we come from and gives us some time to vacation here in our own minds and see what all the things that Southern California can offer in its rich history.
Nice. Well, there's certainly there is a plethora of history around the Southland. So before we get into the specifics of the urban legends, I feel like this is one of those web pages where you have to keep clicking next, and it's just like keeps throwing up these facts, and it's just about loading ads. But anyway, I swear we're going to get to the gist of the stories. Driving through is kind of its own weird, kind of challenging beast. So how did you land on that?
So obviously, we were facing those design challenges of how do we bring Halloween to people? And, we talked about a lot of different scenarios, and we looked at the regulations that were going on with our region and our locally, and we looked at all of the possibilities, and it really felt like, okay, if people can't get out of their cars, what kind of experience can we bring to them? Yeah. And so it became about really centering it around an experience from the view of your car.
That's pretty cool and pretty challenging, but we're going to get into the logistics of all that in just a moment. But now this is the moment that everybody's dying for, and the cat's going to walk right in front of me.
Cue the black cat.
It wouldn't be a Halloween broadcast without, that's right, the Halloween kitty. Oh my God. All right. Everybody that knows Jawa just went, at home. Okay, so that was our little cameo. Let's talk about these urban legends. Let's break it on down and tell us exactly what we can expect when we drive in to the OC Fairgrounds.
So this is kind of our initial promo that has been out there. We're really been kind of pushing this to kind of give people an initial feel, an idea of what is, the experience they can have. We have some characters over to the right here that are resemblance of characters we are calling the Dark Watchers. They're shadowy characters that are another one of our characters. They do another one of our characters does their bidding. She does her bidding. But this is just kind of our initial promo. We have a map that's coming up next that we can kind of walk you through what. There we go.
So when we started to dive into all of the stories that are in Southern California, I mean, there is so many. There's like top 10 legends of Southern California and top 5. Like you could just go into all of these rabbit holes. So this is kind of like what we did with the Queen Mary Stark Harbor and really dove into the history and what kind of paranormal activity everybody experienced. And that's how we grew the story. So we took a look at the legends of Southern California. What are people experiencing on a broader level? Like, where are all those stories coming from? And we sort of chose these key characters that we fell in love with. And Ben and I have been collaborating on a script to interweave the stories of all of these urban legends. And what we've done is create a story from start to finish that weaves these stories together from La Lechusa, from the Billy Whack monster, from the monster of Elizabeth Lake,
The lizard people.
and the lizard people.
Well, it sounds crazy. Go ahead and let's break it down further, and if you can, let's get into some of these characters and some of the stories.
Yeah, let's do it.
You betcha.
Our first character we're going to introduce you to is Blaze.
There we go. It's a character reveal.
Blaze Dragon. Blaze is a take on a story that's out of Ojai. And Blaze is a character that is our fire demon. Blaze is sassy, mouthy, and can be a little angry. But man, she's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's dangerous.
Yeah.
For the obvious reasons of fire. She also exists at the hellmouth of Elizabeth Lake. So we're also introducing the water monster at Elizabeth Lake. And at Elizabeth Lake was said to believe is the hellmouth. And Blaze Dragon is protecting the hellmouth of Elizabeth Lake.
Okay, awesome. Always something spooky coming from Ojai. Okay, so this is the monster that lives in Elizabeth Lake.
So Elizabeth Lake is just outside of Lancaster. And it is said to house this really hideous 50-foot-long beast, green beast underneath the waters of the lake. And the lake is said to have been put there by the devil, and it's why the hellmouth is there. And this is the protector of that hellmouth and of Elizabeth Lake. In the legend, it said that it caused such a ruckus that people deserted their homes. And so people have had problems living there, and people keep coming and going and having experience.
Okay.
The leader of our pack is La Lechusa. And this is La Lechusa in her witch form. We cannot show you in her owl form because you will die if you see her in her owl form. So she is a witch who sold her soul to the devil in exchange for powers to transform into a human flesh-eating owl that's about 10 feet tall with a 15-foot wide wingspan. She's very creepy, very scary, and we're very excited for everyone to get to know her.
One of my favorite things about her is that literally, we did not write this. This came from the books. She will capture whole carloads of people and eat them up as their victims. I love her.
Wow. So that's a whole build on finger food. It's going to be like car full food.
Totally.
Wow.
And then
that's
this,
great.
the current character reveals right today, but we'll continue to release some of the other characters that we're featuring. And we're going to go into the underground tunnels of Los Angeles and feature the lizard people.
The Billy Whack monster.
Which is totally one of my favorites out of Ventura County.
A half goat man.
That was built in the underground layers of the OSS compound, which was the precursor to the CIA. And nothing.
The Billy Whack is so bad. Had to do it. Sorry.
Way to commit, Rick. Way to commit.
No worries. I'm all in with you guys. All in. So, okay. So, are there any other characters you can tell us about, or is that it for right now?
That's it for right now.
Okay.
We want to keep a little bit of, we want to keep that trickle going real slow.
Yeah. Sure. Well, just get over 50, and then the trickle goes really slow anyway. So. Yeah. It sounds like, as far as your characters go, this sounds like a very theatrical type of experience versus a jump out boo scare type of experience, which is probably good if you're in cars and the whole car talent thing. Attilio, Can you talk to us about the logistics of what the talent is going to be doing and what type of experience this basically is?
Absolutely. Okay, so with an event like this where we want it to be immersive, the main focus is going to be safety, the safety of our performers as well as the safety of our guests. So there won't be any performing going on while the drivers are driving, while the cars are moving. The cars will be required to be off, and then that's when the show will begin. And what I want to create, what we all want to create, is the feeling of going to a drive-in, watching a horror film, and the monsters coming off of the screen to surround you. You're going to be locked in your car. You're going to be safe, but are you really safe? Is what the fear, that's the fear that I kind of want to feed off of. And we're going to include dance. We're going to include scare acting. We're going to have intense sound effects, special effects, and music. And we just want to bring you into our world. You know, it's going to be this 30-minute thing where you just feel like you can't escape. And I want you to hold your breath until you're out of there. And then by the time you get out, it'll be a relief because it's over. You know, I feel like that's something that I feel whenever I go to my favorite attractions during haunt season. You know, I want to hold my breath. I want to run through it, get through it. And then when it's over, feel like, wow, that was incredible. And that's what I want to create for our guests this year.
That's fantastic. Now you've said it's 30 minutes, so that gives everybody an idea of the length of this thing. Now let's talk about capacity. Are you doing one car at a time? Are you doing 5 cars at a time? How are you guys doing that logistically?
So everything is going to be based upon you need to reserve a session. So it's going to be every 30 minutes that we have tickets on sale. So for example, the 7 to 7:30 is one session. And so just walking through what that experience would be is everybody has to buy their ticket online in advance. And so let's say I buy a ticket for the 7 to 7:30 showing. I arrive to the fairgrounds during that time. Your ticket will be scanned. We will be able to scan through people's windows if they prefer not to lower their window to have their ticket scanned, and then we'll direct them to a staging area, and that's where there'll be a limited amount of vehicles that basically have been able to purchase tickets for that 7 to 7:30 session. And then we'll be letting vehicles in groups through the experience. And the experience is going to consist of 3 main show areas. And like Attilio said, in each show area, that's where the immersive experience will take place. That's where everybody, before the show starts, will be required to turn off their vehicles and like a drive-in setting. And once everybody turns off their vehicles, that's when the show will start. Each show will be anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. And then after the show, then we will ask everybody to turn their vehicle back on. And that group of cars will then move through the event to the next show area. And then the same thing. And each show area, like I said, is a very immersive experience. It's a combination of actors, dancers, lights, sound, fog, all the experiences that especially haunters really appreciate with a haunt experience. And there won't be any, as you go from show area to show area, there won't be any scares, no distractions. We want to be very safe with making sure that as people's vehicles are moving, that we're like I said, keeping it safe, and we don't have anybody getting scared or any distractions whatsoever. And so we also have we're also giving people a choice. If they'd like to roll their windows down, we do require that they wear a mask. If they don't want to roll their window down, maybe some are like, I just want to stay in the confines of my own car. Not sure about how scary this is going to be. I feel safer with my windows up. That's fine too. So you don't have to roll your windows down. But like I said, if you do, we will require that people wear masks just to make sure that we're playing it extra safe. And then of course everybody working the event will have masks on as well.
We're also talking about having really
great. So that leads me to two questions.
Oh, sorry. I think there's a little.
No, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
Sorry about that.
No, go.
We're talking about having some really cool LED light up masks for sale, and all different kinds of options like that will be really fun and help kind of create that immersive feel as well, and that will add to the environment, not necessarily take people out of it. So. I also think that one of the key factors in us designing the drive and stop was we kept realizing that the more we went down the path of designing a drive-through, it really was becoming obvious that the driver wasn't going to have a really great experience. And so, how do we provide a great experience for everyone that attends the event? And that was really the answer, was to have them stop and turn off their cars.
Yeah, overall show, we're looking at about 45 minutes from start.
Okay, so that feeds into my first question. So when you guys go between the scenes, obviously as a designer, you're thinking you don't want to pull anybody out of the experience. So my mind immediately goes to the old America Sings attraction at Disneyland, right? As it transitioned from scene to scene, you at least had the music going and everybody was clapping and that type of thing. How are you guys planning on doing the transitions between the shows without pulling people completely out of it? Because they do have to start the cars, move the car, turn the car off again. So what goes into that blank space?
So that's a great question. And I love, if you could think about this like a Disney ride, like you're going on your tram and then you stop and you go on your tram. So there's environments happening all around you, and those environments are tied directly to the stories of the urban legends. So as you go through the experience and the stories unfold, you'll be able to go through the worlds of our characters and be entertained and still stay in the immersion. And Ben and I have been working on the script to link all of the characters together. So hopefully there will be a storyline that our guests can kind of carry with them through the experience. So you never are out of the show. You're never out of the story, even when you're driving to the next show.
Perfect. And then on top of that, the other question I was thinking the whole time, Attilio brought it up first, and then you guys kind of talked about it a little bit, was this immersive soundscape. And sound is so incredibly important to any experience, especially, a theatrical style experience. How are you guys planning on doing the soundscape? Are you going to do Mr. Microphone style with an FM channel, or how are you guys going to do that?
No, we actually have a fantastic sound designer that we're working closely with, and his name's Gary Hardesty, and he is basically designing the sound for the whole show to once again make it so it's an incredible experience whether you have your windows down or not, and it has that immersive feeling, especially when you get into the show areas.
Okay, great. And so, Attilio, going back to how many people are you guys looking at using to do this experience?
Over 50 performers.
Okay, that's a decent sized cast. That's great.
Yeah, they'll be divided in a safe way, obviously. The health and safety is number one priority, like I said, of the performers as well as the guests. So when it comes to separating the performers, there'll be different tasks. They'll be separated into zones. They'll have their own break rooms. All of that is being taken into consideration so that we can still provide the guests with a really fulfilling experience that doesn't feel like there's empty holes. I still want to create this world of being surrounded, and with 40 cars at a time, you're going to need a lot of performers to fill that space. So we're definitely looking at over 50 performers. And I'm really excited because we're providing an opportunity for people to work who would normally work haunt season, who thought that they weren't going to be able to do it this year. So that makes me feel really good, like I said, as a former scare actor, to be able to provide that for people who are wanting to be monsters again,
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And you just served that to me on a silver platter. Thank you very much. So there are a lot of people that are watching that are monsters, whether it's at Knott's or Universal or Dark Harbor, and they're all suddenly homeless this year. So if people want to work with you guys on Urban Legends, how is the best way for them to reach out and contact you?
Yeah, the best way would be go to our website at urbanlegendshaunt.com, and all the positions that we're offering, including actors and dancers, which by far are going to be the majority of people that we're able to bring on board. They'll be able to apply, and we're just so grateful that we're able to be able to help this community. So
that's really great. And I know that the fans are excited about this. I know that the, would-be talent is also very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you guys for that. And you guys are really doing a huge deal here to the community by giving them really a platform to celebrate their favorite season. And so kudos to all of you guys for that. Sounds really good. Sounds really exciting. We do have questions for you guys. So if you guys have questions, make sure you send them on in to us. And we do have questions. David has been collecting them like a madman in the background. So as soon as he's ready, let's see some of these questions and you guys can answer them. So here we go. Diana says, what is the difference between general admission and VIP?
Great question.
So VIP, you're going to be able to get several benefits with that ticket. One is you'll have an exclusive entry into the event. You'll also have an exclusive lane that you'll be able to, that'll be our VIP lane, that you'll be able to experience the whole event within. And then within, those that go down the VIP lane, there'll be extra immersive type entertainment that you'll get that others will not. And then the additional thing is we're going to be offering a photo package. So something of the likes of being able to take a selfie within your car. So
awesome.
So we're excited about that as well. And so far, the response with our VIP ticket has been fantastic, and we're looking forward to it.
That's great. All right, so our friends at SoCal Exploring say, will there be any Urban Legends merchandise sold at the event?
Absolutely. Stay tuned. I'd say in the next week that will be up on our website, and we'll be, of course, letting everybody know through our social channels when that's up. But we've got some very exciting things that are going to be coming on the merchandise side of things for people to be able to get.
Okay, that's awesome. We have a video question from our friend Jonathan at The Huntline, and you can find him at The Huntline on Instagram and Twitter. So,
hey everyone, thanks for taking my question. I am curious about the urban legends that didn't get selected for the event. Were there maybe some that were deemed too scary or maybe too complicated to add as part of the experience?
Heck yes, there
were.
Jonathan, great question. We've enjoyed your videos. There was one. I'm actually sort of hesitant to say the name because
there was 2 or 3 that we definitely we felt were actually, we wanted to be sensitive to cultural issues and as well as trauma that certain people have experienced in the world. I mean, there's a lot of horror stories in the world that, in real life would, cause a lot of trauma for a lot of individuals and their families. And so we really wanted to be cognizant of that as we designed, these characters. And, we may have stolen some things here and there from some urban legend characters for our characters, but this is our take on those urban legends. So yeah, we definitely steered clear of some options for sure.
And there are some legends out there that are so terrifying. They say, don't even say their names. I mean, it must be like Voldemort or something.
No, that's when the lawyers come. All right, we got another question. All right, and this is from Sinner. Sinner says, if I have an emergency, do you have exits? Are the dancers, actors going to be wearing a mask while performing?
Yes and yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
so we'll have emergency exits all throughout the event, and on our website. I'd suggest if you'd like to see all the extensive things that we're doing to make sure that the event is safe. Please go there. There's a section that's all about safety first, and but yeah, everybody on our end will have masks. Everybody's going to be social distancing. We'll be taking temperature checks as everybody arrives. We're even offering everybody that's working on the team COVID testing, just to just go that extra step to make sure that everything's safe. As Attilio mentioned, we're going to have pods that people will be working in. So once again, we could make sure that there's very good social distancing taking place and everybody's safe.
That's great. And if it's really, really scary, the true emergency exit is in your pants. You knew that was coming. That was like way too easy, right? Just don't roll the window down if you're doing that. That's all I'm saying.
Something else
Guys, thank you so much. You know what? We're running out of time, but I just want to, again, Yes.
Oh, sorry. The delay is killing me. We wanted to throw out one. We are going to be
yeah.
We're going to be doing
probably because of what I say.
Yeah. We're going to be doing some theme nights. We definitely want to incorporate a Pride evening. We want to have a classic car show night, and we have a costume idea. I mean, dress your car. There's all kinds of different ideas that we're going to be throwing out there. So just make sure to check into our social feed, which is Urban Legends Haunt. And we'll be dropping all that stuff as the coming weeks happen. So it's going to be fun. A lot of fun opportunities to do this haunt for sure.
Well, dude, we are really excited about this. I know the community is really excited about this, and we are all going to be watching with bated breath. I don't even know what bated breath smells like, but we're all going to be watching with bated breath and seeing what you guys roll out over the weeks ahead, because we all want to learn more and more and more about urban legends of Southern California. So on behalf of the Midsummer Scream team and the fan community, thank you guys for helping to do what you're going to do to save Halloween here in SoCal. And you guys will stay in touch with us as we get closer to the event, right?
Absolutely. We thank everybody, and we couldn't say enough. We really appreciate everybody's support and love. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you.